I have to say, this show was actually better than I expected it to be. So the first match was the pre-show match with Cesaro facing Rob Van Dam. And here I'm thinking, why are these two guys on the pre-show? These guys are a lot better than that. These two should be actually on the card for SummerSlam. But overall, I thought this show was a good way to get the fans ready to see SummerSlam. It was a solid match. It wasn't great. It wasn't special. But the wrong guy won here. Rob Van Dam beats Cesaro, and it just goes to show that the WWE has little to no faith in Cesaro right now. I mean, it's just terrible what they're doing with Cesaro. I mean, good Christ. And on top of that, here's the thing. We kick off the show with Hulk Hogan. And he doesn't talk about his previous SummerSlam matches. He doesn't talk about his accolades. What does he do? He plugs the frickin' network, which is only $9.99, people! So the first match at SummerSlam was for the Intercontinental Championship between Dolph Ziggler and The Miz. And I thought this was a good placement for this match. This is a match that has the potential on paper to deliver a solid to good match between these two guys, because these two guys throughout this entire match have really good chemistry. And I expected what I expected out of this match. I don't think it was a great match. It wasn't perfect, but it was really good. The only nitpicky issue I have with this match is that this match could have went a little bit longer than it should have been. I like that they did get time, 10 minutes, but I think they could have went on a few minutes longer. Because to me, when I look at it, you have The Miz nail his skull-crushing finale. Ziggler kicks out, but Ziggler can nail the zigzag, but Miz gets pinned. To me, that kind of felt very weird. I wish that the Miz probably would have kicked out and other things would have happened in that match that could really deliver a climatic kind of win. Instead, it kind of went into the anticlimactic area. So that was my nitpicky issue with the match. As far as the winner goes, Dolph Ziggler becoming the new Intercontinental Champion, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And the reason being is because here's a guy in The Miz that's just coming back with this new Hollywood gimmick, the whole moneymaker. You know, don't touch the moneymaker gimmick. This real Hollywood guy you just can't stand, and I feel like that they dropped the Intercontinental Championship on him way too early. This would have been a good opportunity to build up a storyline between Dolph Ziggler and The Miz by having The Miz win in some sort of cheap kind of way over Dolph Ziggler. Therefore, Dolph Ziggler wouldn't necessarily look weak or get buried in the match, but still have some momentum left. That's what I would have done differently with this match. But like I said, I don't hate it either, because Dolph Ziggler needs to have something, and he got it. He's the new Intercontinental Champion. It's a win-win situation to me. So the second match on the show was for the Divas Championship, Paige versus AJ Lee. And what I really like is that the flow of matches is really starting to come across very well here. You kick it off with a title match, and your second match is another championship match, which really goes to show that the WWE is actually caring about trying to produce and structure a show at least somewhat really good here, and they've done a really good job with it. However, I thought this match was just okay because it was just very short. It was getting to the point where it was going really good, but it kind of ended abruptly. That was my thoughts on this match overall. As far as Paige winning this match, I don't mind it, because usually one of my complaints is that when the WWE pushes someone in a new direction, they don't go all the way with it. I'm glad that they did here. I'm glad that they gave Paige the Divas Championship because they just turned her heel. That is the one great thing that I got coming off of this match. So apparently, the rules of a flag match are if you were to beat your opponent, you would get to wave your flag and sing the national anthem. Oh Christ, WWE. What a letdown this was. I mean, here you have Rusev and Jack Swagger building this up to what could be a good match at your second biggest show of the year in SummerSlam. You built this up nicely into what could be a good, decent flag match. What do? You don't even present the flags in this match and incorporate them at the end result. Instead, you give us a normal match. This was a letdown. This was a terrible disappointment. And I didn't think that the in-ring work that these two guys delivered was disappointing. It was just the way the WWE presented this match. I thought that Rusev sold the ankle injury very well. Not like he done in recent months where he had that match with Swagger and he wasn't really selling the injury in his match at Battleground. This time he done that really well. You had the whole idea of someone passing out and not submitting, which I will get to in just a bit in talking about this match, but overall, this was not good WWE. You had a chance to present this match as a flag match. Instead, you give us a normal match. This sucked. And here's the thing. As far as Rusev winning this match, where is the big payoff for Jack Swagger? I mean, this is something you could have done to build up to your next pay-per-view Night of Champions, where you could have had the roles reversed. Here, what you could have done is you could have had Rusev be the one to pass out and not tap out. That would make him look strong. Plus, the rivalry would continue. To me, the way this match ended just felt like that the WWE is going to go back to the whole Jack Swagger Zip Coulter routine when they were heels. And this could potentially be a match where Rusev will probably end up facing Sheamus for the US title at Night of Champions, which I'm okay with, but damn it all. This is something that the WWE could have done to build up to your next big pay-per-view Night of Champions. Instead, they end this feud abruptly. This sucked. And then we get into what I thought was the match of the night, and that was Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins in a lumberjack match. And overall, I thought this match was good. And for a show that had some good matches but no outstanding matches, this is the match that made me really excited. This was the match going into SummerSlam was the most anticipated match. I feel like that the WWE kind of gave away this match maybe just a little bit too early on the show. They could have waited this out at least a couple of matches in, but I'm glad that we got it. And I like how we got this. This was exciting. This was everything that I hoped for a Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins match. This was exciting. This was entertaining. This was chaotic. And I love how the Lumberjacks were used in this match. They sucked as Lumberjacks. They couldn't hold back Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins at all. They couldn't restrain these guys at all. And that made this match really entertaining and good. This was excellent. But like I said, I still feel like that a lumberjack match really limited these guys when it comes to what they could do inside the ring. So that is the reason why I feel like this was just a good match. But like I said, outstanding spots were involved in this match. I mean, you had a moment where you had a suplex that landed on the lumberjacks in that big awesome moment where you had the Lumberjacks carrying Seth Rollins back to the ring, and Dean Ambrose just dives off the top rope, lands on Rollins, and everyone that was carrying him, there were bodies flying everywhere. Even the moments where Dean Ambrose flew off the announce table and landed on Seth Rollins, and they were fighting in the stands. The taking the fight to the crowd, really made it interactive with the fans. They were excited. I was pumped. They were pumped. This was really good. Match of the night. I knew this match would deliver, and this did not disappoint at all. And then we get into the match between Chris Jericho and Bray Wyatt. And going into this match, I wasn't really feeling this feud overall because it was just one of those things that the WWE just decided to throw these two guys into a feud just off of name value alone. They have no reason for fighting, and we should have got that reason a long time ago. But what I will say is this. This match was so much better than their match at Battleground. There's a lot better storytelling, a lot better in-ring performances between these two guys, better chemistry, and better psychology. I really liked that moment where Bray Wyatt had done that whole spider mannerism in the match, and he stood up and said, "You can't kill me, Jericho. I'm invincible. I'm already dead." And Chris Jericho had that doubt in his eyes. So there were some good psychology moments in this match. This match told a really good story. However, this was just an okay match. This didn't feel like anything special out of the ordinary. This match just kind of just felt safe. They played it safe here. But what they got right here is that Bray Wyatt won, and he won clean without any interference at all. Nothing from Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. This, to me, was a smart booking decision on the part of the end result of this match. Bray Wyatt wins clean. Everyone goes home happy. Chris Jericho wins at Battleground. Bray Wyatt wins here at SummerSlam. They might get a rematch of United Champions, and hopefully Bray Wyatt goes over there. So this, to me, was really smart and really, really good on the part of the WWE. So the next match on the show was Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella, a featured match for SummerSlam, and you can take this match as it is. It was just one of those matches. You can either say this was solid, decent, or you can say this was really bad. You can just take it and view it as you see it. And I thought, when I look at this match, I will say both. It was both decent and it was also bad. And the reason why I'm saying it's both is because Stephanie McMahon actually performed very well in this match. Actually outshined Brie Bella quite a lot here. And I was actually impressed because we never saw Stephanie McMahon in at least 10 years in the ring doing a wrestling match. And she done a really good job here. A lot better than Brie Bella. Brie Bella to me was very limited in this match. This was definitely doing most of the work. And on the flip side of it, yes, you could say this was bad because this had its predictable elements in this match. This had the shenanigans. This had Triple H coming out and pulling out the referee. This had Nikki Bella turning on Brie Bella. Yes, I saw that coming too. And so overall, this is just one of those you can take it as it is, make it or break it, hit and miss, whatever you want to call it. This is what you got. It is what it is. And I thought overall, the Stephanie McMahon winning was definitely the right decision because of the fact that, well, not a fact but an opinion, but to me, she was really outperforming Brie Bella. So when someone outperforms the other, why not have them win? To me, Stephanie is the best heel in the business. Not Triple H, Stephanie McMahon. So therefore, Stephanie McMahon is in the right to go over. Now, when it comes to my thoughts on the whole Nikki Bella heel turn, I thought it was executed well. I just wish that the WWE could have probably built this up a little bit more, and it kind of felt a little forced and rushed, and I'm not really excited about a long rivalry between two twin sisters. I mean, I was good with the whole Jeff and Matt Hardy feud, but not this. And just have a one-match feud and have it ended. I'm just not really crazy. I don't see Nikki Bella as good as a heel as Stephanie McMahon is. So overall, like I said, this is just how you want to see it. And then we get into the match between Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. I thought overall this was a solid to good match. And the funny thing is, going into this, I thought this was going to be the bathroom break, knowing it was the match before the last match. That's what I thought, but I was kind of proven wrong here. This was actually pretty good, but nothing special. Very standard one-on-one type of match. I thought Randy Orton really outperformed Roman Reigns in this match. And like I said in the previous match, why not have the person that steals the match win the match kind of situation? I thought that was kind of weird. You know, you can use the roadblock for Roman Reigns every now and then. I mean, there's going to be a point in time where Roman Reigns has to have a roadblock, and they'll probably do that at Night of Champions, I hope. But I'm kind of glad that Roman Reigns actually got the win here. A featured match, a featured victory at a featured pay-per-view at SummerSlam. This was smart on the part of the WWE, but not 100% smart. Because, like I said, they've been booking Reigns way too strong. I mean, Randy Orton nails a beautiful RKO on Roman Reigns, which was great. But he kicks out at 2. But when Roman Reigns nails a spear on Orton, he pins him 1, 2, 3. Like I said, in an example of too strong of booking of Roman Reigns, and this could lose interest quickly, because I've noticed that the fans were actually booing Reigns a bit, and this is not a good sign, WWE. Sometimes you need to make a guy look somewhat vulnerable. Make him look like he's a human and not a Superman, and not like a Cena. So overall, even though this was a solid match overall between these two guys, Randy Orton really shined here in this match. I still think that Randy Orton could have put Reigns over in more of a strong type of way and not in a strong booking type of way, if you get what I'm saying. So overall, this was okay. And then we get into the main event of the show, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I thought this was going to be one of those matches where John Cena and Brock Lesnar go out there and have a strictly normal match. I was actually surprised to what the WWE actually delivered for the last match of the show. That was a jobber squash match. Holy crap! Brock Lesnar just dominated the heck out of John Cena. Yes, John Cena got his moments in. Of course he'll get his moments in. He gets the AA and the STF. He's not really looking believable. There were moments where John Cena did struggle, but overall the dynamics were still a little bit off. John Cena was off in his storytelling, but Brock Lesnar was tremendous in his beatdown. Holy crap. It took 16 German suplexes, a suplex, MMA punches, and pretty much everything but the kitchen sink. Even the kitchen sink itself, actually, from Brock Lesnar. This was a jobber squash match in its purest definition. This is what we got. And I'm kind of looking back at it. Thank God that we didn't get a one-on-one normal match, because I would have been just completely phased out and not care about the entire match at all. This actually surprised me, and this delivered to me. This was actually exciting. Yes, you could say this was a bad match because, you know, the selling was off. I get it. I completely understand. But to me, when I look at this match, the WWE saved me from not watching a strictly one-on-one standard match. Thank God. And what I also like here is that they paid off the streak very well. I mean, here's a guy in Brock Lesnar that bet the streak of The Undertaker, 21-1. And if he never really squashed John Cena, how much would that payoff be for Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker? Not a lot. So I'm glad that they done this and how they done this. This was great. This was a smart booking decision. This was presented well. This was everything that I actually did not expect to see. Thank you, WWE, for delivering what could have been something really bad, and I mean garbage, and actually made it something that presented itself in a way that it should have been. We got that. I like that Brock Lesnar was just a dominant, massive force the entire time, paying off the streak. John Cena looking like a you-know-what in this match. So I'm happy. I'm happy about what the WWE done with the main event. It saved me from watching a boring one-on-one standard WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. That's all I have to say. So overall, this SummerSlam was a solid show. I think that the match card flowed very well from top to bottom. The people going over was hit and miss for the most part, but the matches delivered for the most part as well. So I would give this show a 7 out of 10. And if you saw SummerSlam 2014 last night, what did you think about it? Feel free to comment below and let me know. While you're at it, you can hit that subscribe button down below this video. You can also follow MRB Wrestling on Twitter, and you can like us on Facebook at the Mick Rock and Bolt Wrestling Review Show. And on a final note to all you viewers watching, get plenty of rest and always do your best.